You can go all over the world looking at rainforests, at coral reefs, to see the most diverse and abundant ecosystems on Earth, without realizing that right here, right now, you're standing on one. The soil is as rich in life forms as any other ecosystem. Incredible diversity and abundance. Moreover, it is itself a biological structure, like a coral reef. It's built by the organisms that inhabit it. If it were not for those creatures, there would be no soil. And it turns out to be an incredibly complex and intricate ecosystem which we're only just beginning to understand. I mean, we still don't even fully know what soil is. And yet upon this ecosystem, our entire existence depends. 99% of our calories come from it. It anchors the whole of terrestrial life. And we are burning through it at the rate of knots. We're treating it like dirt. And in doing so, we compromise our own survival, we compromise the survival of the rest of life on Earth. Even if we got everything else right, which obviously we're not, but even if we got everything else right and we get the soil wrong, we're still kippered. And so we have to completely rethink our relationship with soil. In fact, we have to completely rethink the whole panoply of food and farming, because our views of what it takes to feed the world without devouring the planet are really distorted by years and years of myth-making, of fables, of wishful thinking. And in fact, almost everything we think we know about food and farming and what works and what doesn't, well, turns out to be wrong. In researching Regenesis, I've read over 5,000 scientific papers. I did field work on some extraordinary places, and I found that all the things I thought I knew just vanished, to be replaced by ideas and insights and knowledge which were just so much more interesting than the mythology which surrounds farming, and so much more interesting than this idea which so many people are trying to drive us towards, that we've got to go backwards. We've got to try to feed a 21st century population with a Neolithic farming system. It's just not going to work. It can't possibly work. And it's boring and it's dull and it's retrodden again and again. But actually, there's a really fascinating future for farming and food production, which a few pioneers have begun to develop and which I've started exploring and found, wow, there's everything to play for. But in order to do that, we have to examine this from first principles. We have to look at this system as if we'd come to it fresh, with a scientific eye, with an empirical eye, and to understand what it takes to keep feeding 8 billion or more people without trashing the living world on which we are totally dependent. And so what I've tried to do with Regenesis is to work out how we can feed the world without devouring the planet. And I hope you'll come with me and try to see some of the amazing new ways in which we can live on Earth.